Today, we're going to be doing Kako ceremony, and some of you have incredible obstacles. Incredible. This has never happened before. Never. Some of you here have incredible obstacles, and the obstacles hold by the darkness, and by the heat, and by no fan, and the mosquitoes will make you uncomfortable and make you give up. And that's called obstacles. Why are they obstacles? Obstacles manifest according to the way we fear the most. For some of us, we fear ghosts. Heat, never mind. For some of us, we fear heat. We haven't let go. But we don't fear ghosts. So the obstacles manifest to us in the most powerful way that can stop us from doing things. That can stop us. So therefore, you come for a Kako ceremony. A Kako ceremony is this. It's very short and sweet. Very short. It's the Lama doing the meditation. You guys actually just sit back, relax, and enjoy the air conditioning and the beautiful fan. The Lama does the meditation and the work. So there's usually a lot of obstacles for Kako. Usually for any tantric practice. This one is according to Drigul Rinpoche. So someone would have cultivated a relationship with their guru by service, outer service, according to the 50 verses of Guru devotion. They would cultivate a cleaning, washing, sweeping, serving, cooking, listening to a guru, and cultivated their confidence. Then the guru has confidence in the students, and in the students with offerings from their heart. Any material offerings from their heart offer to the guru a request for initiation. And that's after years of developing and cultivating a relationship with the guru. And then the guru accepts, and the guru confers initiation upon the disciple. After the guru confers initiation upon the disciple, in the case of Vajrayogini, then the guru has a responsibility to teach the paths, the meditation, and the practices of Vajrayogini to the disciple. When he teaches, some of the item is not written. It's called oral transmission. Some is not written. There are some teachings not allowed to be written, must be transferred from mouth to ear. Cannot be written down. Because it's so secret or so esoteric that if it's written down and studied by the wrong person, it can have detrimental effects. Detrimental. Example, some of these reality shows, they always tell the kids, you don't do this, it's from years of practice. The person has done this for many, many years. So it may look easy on film, but actually hanging off a cliff looks very easy on film, but you don't do it because they went through years of practice, right? Same thing in Tantra. Tantra is not dangerous, it's dangerous for the person who hasn't practiced. Why? If they do it wrong, not the deities punish you. So it's like a reality show. Make sense? Okay, like that. That's why Tantra is secret. People say, what's the secrecy? Why we can't talk? Why we can't? Why? What's all this? That's the reason. So, after you receive initiation, you have to take on vows. Vows that constrict and restrict you from doing things that increase your ego. And then you have a set of prayers and meditations and invocations and offerings. Offerings are very important. Offerings are very important because they help you to collect a vast amount of merit in a short amount of time. So the offerings being set correctly, according to Tantra of that deity, each offering has a psychological imprint on your mind to transform some aspect of your mind. Some aspect. Example, this one transforms your attachment to smells and pleasant smells. This one transforms your view and your perception of what you see. So some people always see negative things. They always see negative things in other things. And they always pick out negative things. Making an offering of light in tantric practice helps you to transform wrong view to correct view. And to view things well. And also, this one helps you to actually create the karma to be able to communicate with the Dharma, with the Buddhas directly. So making offerings is very important, and beautiful cups of the highest quality, most expensive quality, and items of the most beautiful quality, and it's clean and it's set out correctly and perfectly, is an offering to the Buddhas to invoke upon them to receive transformation of your 5 senses. So when we make the offerings correctly, it helps us to plant seeds for that. And why is it of the highest material? It's of the highest material in order to collect more merit to be able to do more without obstacles. Some people are very stingy. Very, very stingy. Their stinginess is an obstacle. Very important. And if you say, well, my altar is very small, I found a new trick. That is to give away statues, give away offering items, give away pictures, give away kankas. Why? They practice and worship and make offerings. I collect the merit. Isn't that sneaky? So for those of us who really, really want to advance, you give statues away, you give tsatsas away, you give pictures away, you print books, you make offerings, you give offering items to others, you encourage people to make offerings. Why? Each time they do it, you collect the merit and they collect the merit. So if you've given statues away to 500 people, there are 500 people out there making offerings that be collecting merit. Just think. So I just sit there and sleep in my room and watch DVDs, and they're doing the offerings. I collect the merit, they collect the merit. Isn't that wonderful? It sounds like a joke, but it's really like that. So people who know that, they're very generous to give things away. So actually, like the Dalai Lama says, if you want to be selfish, be smart selfish. Be smart selfish. If you want to be selfish, don't be stupid selfish. That's why High Lamas give things away. That's why High Lamas always are very generous. Why? They know what brings real value to others and themselves. Small Lamas, they're very miserly. Small Lamas like me and you, very miserly, very selfish, very calculative, don't want to give, don't want to share. Why? Because we don't know the value of giving and sharing. We don't know the value of making offerings. So when we make offerings, when we learn the sadhana, we learn the precise meditational rituals. And what's incredible is this. Okay, listen very carefully. I'm going to reveal another little secret some people have heard before. When you get the Vajrayogini sadhana, in Vajrayogini's practice, it's very profound because it teaches you how to die. It teaches you how to enter the bardo. It teaches you how to take rebirth. Literally, it gives you the exact meditation on how to die, how to enter the intermediate state, bardo, and how to take rebirth, even what to visualize. You get a complete control over your future lives. That is the manual you're getting. No one on this planet can give you something that great. No one. They can teach you how to make money, you leave it at that. They can teach you how to get a beautiful wife, you gotta leave it at that. Maybe she leaves you when she finds a beautiful boy. Well, see you later. And they can give you a beautiful car, but that one turns old real fast. Or if you like chow, very fast. So what happens is this, all these things can be taken away, but the control of death and rebirth, every single life you have control. That's why some of these high Tibetan lamas, they can tell you when they're going to die, like Somramji. They can tell you where they're going to take rebirth. They can even tell you their parents' name of their next life, very accurately, and the location. They can tell you why. They've mastered this practice. And the incredible thing about them is they want to share this practice with you, but you have to go through the preliminary practice. Preliminary practice is not a test of them and you. It's not like the Chinese sifus, they want to test your endurance. So they beat you, they torture you, they do all kinds of things before they teach you their Kung Fu style. In Tibetan Buddhism, they torture you or they make you do things for you to collect merit to prepare yourself. It's very different. The style looks the same. Then after you receive it, you have to do actual retreats. You have to do the practice every day. You do the practice every day, you do the retreat, you hold your commitment. Then, for example, in Yamataka or in Vajrayogini's Tantra, you have a text called Kako. Kako is actually an exorcism text, exorcism. It is to exorcise spirits, it is to expel spirits, it is to bless spirits, it is to talk to spirits and tell them don't harm, they're collecting negative harm. It is also to stop sudden death. It is also to stop sudden afflictions. It is also to stop negative thought or disturbances for the night when we're trying to sleep. So people who have insomnia that is spirit induced, this text is very powerful to stop them. But to do this text, you have to have the practice and the vows. To do that, you have to also receive the initiation. To have that, you have to have a guru. So you don't just simply take the text, start reading, will be not as effective. Not as effective. So there's a lot of things. So when a Lama does something for you, you have to understand that Lama has done a lot of things to be able to do that for you. Quite a lot of things. It's not so simple. So therefore we always say, how kind a Lama is. I'm not trying to indirectly refer to myself. I'm telling you actually what it is. How kind a Lama is. How kind a Lama is even to call me and do Kako ritual for me. How kind? Because how many years of preparation he had to give and sacrifice to be able to do that for me. How kind the Lamas. In that way we gain faith and confidence again. So therefore, gain confidence and faith in what? In the Lama, maybe. More in compassion. That there is compassion. There are people who do things for us out of compassion. Then, the Kako ritual is very excellent for stopping spirits that are related to meridian points of the earth. There are meridian points in the earth. And on those meridian points around the world, people have built Stonehenge. People have built places like the pyramids. So those are meridian points where people are, and there are some meridian points in the world where actually if you go there, you put rocks there, it levitates. Because the magnetic point there is not something magical, mystical. You know, right? So what happens is there's meridian points in the earth, and through those meridian points there are deities that travel, negative deities or just earth deities. And sometimes when we step on them, that point, and they're passing through, we can get epileptic fits. Okay, there are many, many types of disturbances and problems, many types. So Kako stops that. So once we do Kako, why doesn't the problem stay away? Very simple, let me give you an analogy. When you go to the gym, you work out for a few weeks, then you go on vacation, you stop, and then you pig out. What happens to your body? It goes back to the way it was before the gym, right? So all that effort's wasted. So on that principle, kind of like Kako. So even when you do Kako, you get temporary relief. But that temporary relief is temporary because it comes from an outer source, your Lama or his practice, not your practice. If the Lama does Kako to you, that means his practice is effective. If the Lama does Kako to you, and you receive the results, it means that his practice is effective. He is doing his practice. But if you yourself are not doing it, the problems will come back again and again and again. Why is that? Because the problem is not from the Lama, it's from you. So similarly, if you go to a doctor for an ailment or a problem, right? If you go to a doctor, your problem will go away as long as you follow the treatment. If you don't follow the treatment, you go off, you have to go back to the doctor again. Then you have to go back again. Similarly, you're always dependent on the doctor. So when you go for a Lama for Kako, and the Kako is effective, and it's help, it's proof to you that the Lama is doing his practice. The Lama is doing his commitments or her commitments. And it's proof to you that you're not doing yours. You're not doing yours, and you don't have any powers, you don't know anything, you can't do anything. Why? If you can, you don't need it. So that one should be an experience we meditate and say, oh, instead of being embarrassed and lose face, we should turn around and say, oh, I will do more practice. It's a teaching for me. Oh, wonderful, thank you. It's a self-teaching. And we thank ourselves for having the karma to receive it. So therefore, Kako is very important. In all cases, the Kako plants seeds of that particular deity in a person's mind. What does seeds mean? Seeds means when it's planted in that person's mind, in the future, when the environmental cause is correct, that person will be able to practice that deity. So also doing Kako for people is very powerful because the ultimate reason is to become a Buddha. How? To plant seeds of Vajrayogini in our mind. Does everybody understand that? So that's basically what a Kako ritual is. I gave you a background on it. I gave you an explanation about it. And also, I gave you an explanation of why the deities manifest, because it's related to the tantric deities. Because some people get confused or they don't understand about tantric deities. And people around here, once you explain, they're all right because they're educated. It's just explanation. So therefore, that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do the Kako ritual. And while I'm doing the Kako ritual, it's very good to think of the Lama as the actual tantric deity that's doing the ritual for you. So it doesn't matter that if the deity is female and the Lama is male, or vice versa, because we're not talking about the outer appearance of the Lama or the outer appearance of the deity, we're talking about the inner nature, Buddha or Buddha. Okay? And while we're doing the ritual, you don't have to do anything. You just sit comfortably and just relax and you just listen. Alright? And in this ritual, it's very important for you to visualize a small Vajrayogini on the top of your head. So even those who are not directly involved in Kako, even if you're in a room, it's very beneficial. You can do the same visualization. Very, very beneficial. Alright? So visualize a small thumb-sized Vajrayogini in front of you. of your head. Like a very powerful security guard. Very powerful. Nobody can get you. In the world, we run around with security guards, but they can still shoot us. Look at some of the presidents. The Vajrayogini is even better. We have men in black. Vajrayogini is a woman in red. So that's even better, more powerful. So we can visualize her on top of our heads. Very carefully, alright? Okay. Sanjay